Hello everybody, this is Emmeth and welcome back to More Mother 3. This is the second and last bonus video I'm going to do. In this episode I'm going to read from the battle memory and I'm also going to do another thing. But before we go on to that, I want to show off the equipment that I have. The Awesome Cloak puts defense up 23. And it also puts up maximum PP by quite a bit actually. So that's an awesome thing. I have the entire awesome set here. Awesome cloak, awesome crown, and awesome ring. There's also the goddess ribbon that I got last time in my playthrough that you can get from the circling love thing. 3% drop rate. You can also get a thumb charm, thud charm. A thud charm from the hippo launchers. You can get 3 of those. You need 3 of them to completely have, you know, all upgraded items on every character that you can. It adds 30 defense to not to 26, but from 0. So it adds 4 more from the heavy charm. I don't think it's worth it just to grind for the thud charm, but if you want to do that, you can do that. He has a red collar. I'm not sure if I got that during the playthrough. I might have, I might not have. I don't know. Anyway, the first thing I want to do, actually, is if you hold L and R in and push status, it'll take you to the memo thingy here, and there's a bunch of these here. I'm gonna read these before getting to the battle memory. So this might be a longer episode. You can skip it if you want to. Absolutely not necessary to watch. But if you're interested in this kind of thing, then you know, be my guest. I'd welcome it. I'd appreciate it. So anyway, the first thing is strange. I skipped over that. This mark displayed on screen is an indication of feeling strange. Feeling strange will result in the inability to walk straight and cause complete confusion as to what one is doing in battle. It's a terribly bothersome condition, but one smack on the head with a paper fan will bring you to your senses. This mark displayed on screen is an indication of poisoning. HP will drop dramatically while walking around. Use an antidote to heal. I think it's even worse in Earthbound. I don't think your HP goes down incredibly fast as in Earthbound, but yeah. Crying. This mark displayed on the battle screen is an indication of crying. Crying causes the vision to blur, so it will be hard to land on an attack. Use eye drops to stop those tears right up. Forgetful. This mark displayed on screen is an indication of forgetfulness. Everyone has a little brain fart once in a while, even when it comes to PSI. Use a reminder when suffering forgetfulness, and it should come right back to you. Or you can, you know, use healing if you have that. This mark displayed on screen is an indication of nausea. Nausea results in a loss of appetite and makes the character unable to eat anything. Fresh herbs will restore any lost appetite. This mark displayed on screen is an indication of numbness. Numbness prevents the character from moving or acting while in combat. Anti-paralysis is effective against numbness. Sleep. This mark displayed on the battle screen is an indication of sleep. Being asleep during battle prevents the character from taking any action. No matter how sleepy, one ring of the alarm cicada, something like that, should pop one's eyes awake. Bone cricket. It's alive. It's your friend. Okay. No rounds. This won't be easy to believe at first, but it is said that deep in the earth below these islands lies an enormous sleeping dragon. It isn't the lovable Drago from the forest, and it isn't the poor modified Mecha Drago either. It's the dragon from the legend, or so they say. Alright, Masked Man. Just who is he? The Masked Man remains silent. Of course we know who he is by now. On the outside, it appears to be an entertainment center for the people who work at the factory, but It seems as though it could have quite another side to it. I'm not sure what that is referencing. If it's referencing the fact that Pokey used the band to basically, you know, propaganda or something. I don't know. Clayman. These cloths are mass-produced out of the clay. To the pig masks, they are a valuable workforce that never complains. Since Facade's arrival in Tasmilla, this has been used instead of acorns. It's round and shiny, but unlike acorns, it cannot be found in the forest. Yeah, money, money, money. Vending machines. Believe it or not, you can exchange money for goods by inserting money into these. They'll even buy back your needed items. There doesn't seem to be anyone inside them either. So that's a little odd, isn't it? You can sell things at a vending machine. That's very odd to me. Happy boxes. It is said that just by putting one of these suspicious-looking boxes in the corner of a room, one can achieve happiness. By Facade's demand, Monkey was forced to distribute them. Salsa was forced. I just called him Monkey in this playthrough. Anyway, it seems the guys in pig masks use these when they rest. Entering the device will result in a mysterious energy that completely revitalizes the body, as if by magic. Yep, those are in Earthbound as well. Haunted brooms. These haunted brooms are dedicated workers. Be it garbage or people, nothing escapes the sweeping wrath of the broom's power of expulsion. PSI. PSI is a mysterious and useful power that can replenish your energy or even assist you in transportation needs. Using PSI will deplete your energy. It will deplete your PP. Assist you in transportation needs. I think that's a reference to Mother and Earthbound, because you can't teleport in this game. Probably because there's not a lot of places to go. As in towns, there's only like 2 towns, which would be Tasmilla and Newport City, as it were. Noble Spittoon. It definitely looks like it has some ancient and honorable origin, but when it all comes down to it, it's still a spittoon. As for what the spittoon is in the first place, well, I'll spare the details. Well, noble spittoons were used in the Wild West a lot. You can take a guess as to what they were used for. Kindness. This is one of the most important things for us humans, so let's be kind to others. If your kindness goes up, something good is bound to happen. Actually, this is not true. I think it was meant to. It might be in the Japanese version, but I think it was scrapped. But kindness was supposed to do something, but I don't know what. But in the end, kindness doesn't do anything. Basically, if you feel something warm inside your heart, like if you talk to the mouse after defeating Mr. Passion in Chapter 2, for instance, that was kindness. Something about that. I don't know. I don't know what it is about. So hey, ghosts. These guys come to life almost every night to gather for a grave party. A grave party. Just let them be if you can't help it. Yeah. Rope Snake. He makes a cute pet, but he acts like a rope. So he'll surely be useful on your adventures. Hell yeah. He was useful, alright. Gift boxes. It doesn't matter if there's no birthday or it's not Christmas. Think of them as a reward for adventure. And graciously accept them. Sometimes, though, the present is only a guise. Yep. So a castle. No one knows when this old mysterious castle was built. Wes is said to have served here many years ago. That's actually not true, I think. That's a fabricated memory, I believe. This mark displayed on screen is indication of fleas. The blood-sucking fleas will cause a lot of trouble when the overwhelming itchiness results in the loss of a turn, or the inability to concentrate on your PSI. Use a shot of flea spray to exterminate the pests. Magic Butterfly. A butterfly harboring mysterious powers. Softly touching the wings will miraculously result in a sensation of comfort that revitalizes the spirit. Alright. Pork beans. These are the vehicles of the pig masks used for land travel. They move at 4 times the speed of walking. It's interesting, actually. But gypsies. This is the name for the sorcerers who have shut themselves off from the world and hidden themselves away to live in the forest. In a way, these men are more ladylike than ladies are. There is no need to worry about the cover charge. Alright. Porky saucers. Or pork saucers, something like that. Goofy looking flying machines the pig masks rode in on. Let's just call them pork saucers. Let's just call them pork saucers indeed. Wall staples. Only Lucky can nail these wall staples into certain walls. The staples become footholds that allow everyone to climb to places previously thought to be inaccessible. Once the wall staples are set, they last forever. It's good to know. There's actually a fair bit to this. Oh, it's not too... we're almost done. Joggos. Herbivores that live in the forest. They have calm and friendly dispositions. Klaus and Lucas, or Lucas and Klaus, have played in the forest with the Joggos since they were very young. Pig masks. A suspicious group that wears masks resembling pigs. They appear to be plotting something bad. Indeed. Battle. Coming in contact with an enemy will initiate a battle. Attack is for physical attacks. Use guard to protect yourself. PSI and goods are also effective against some enemies. Or all enemies, at least PSI. Use escape if you don't think you can make it. Sometimes it's just better to retreat. If your luck is good, there are times you can pull off an extremely powerful blow, like a liberating tennis smash. Yes. Defense. A higher defense will decrease the amount of damage taken from an enemy attack. Defense may be displayed as death. Most death, yo. A higher offense will increase the amount of damage dealt to the enemy. Offense may be displayed as off. Of course. Intelligence. Intelligence is displayed as IQ. If a character is able to use PSI, a higher IQ will increase its effectiveness. Yep. Equip. Weapons and armor only serve their purpose if worn properly. Be sure to check here to see if a new item needs to be equipped. Here you can check the items you're holding. You can hold up to 20 types of items per character, so you can hold up to 80 in all. Speed. As speed increases, the character will be able to act before the enemy does. Speed is displayed as SPD. Needle locations. There are 7 needles in all. The belly button needle is in Osewo Castle. The heart needle is in Murasaki Forest near the factory. Really? Oh yeah, of course. The left hand needle is located on Snowcap Mountain, far to the north. The right hand needle is located in the crater of a volcano to the far east of the island of the highway. The red foot needle is located on Taintain Island south of Tismilly. The left foot needle is in the temple of the Chipochoe on Mount Oriander. And the last needle? No one knows where it is. Too bad. Well, I know where it is. We're actually very close to it at this moment. Joggo Fang. This is the Joggo Fang that was stuck in Inama's chest. Ooh. Map. Press the R button to view the map of the area. Sleep. If you want to take a break, but there's no nearby save points, this is when the sleep function proves useful. To enter the sleep mode, press start and choose sleep icon on the far right. To return from sleep mode, push select and the L and R button simultaneously. Save frogs. These green frogs will keep track of your adventure for you. They're very thoughtful creatures. Indeed they are. This is the guy who will take care of any excess items for you, Yeah, that guy. You know, the guy who lives in the tent you can take a rest in. I think that is something planned for Mother 3 but never actually implemented in the game. This is actually something in Earthbound. Certain areas have houses or tents where you can sleep for free, or take a rest rather, and that'll rejuvenate your HP and everything. Memo. What you're reading right now. The history of things you've experienced are automatically recorded in here as you go along. Be sure to check it once in a while. You may just learn something new. Note that this memo menu wasn't accessible in the Japanese version. The translation team made it accessible because it's so neat. That's very nice. Because this is a beta menu, many of the things mentioned here did not make it to the final version of the game. Alright, key items. Key items are located in here so they aren't accidentally thrown away or sold. We take great pride in this thoughtful design. That's good. In the status window, you can see your condition, goods, equipment, etc. When several party members are present, press the L and R buttons to switch between them. Yep. And the talking wind. Don't hesitate to listen closely to what rumors the wind has to say. Perhaps an important hint that will prove useful to your adventure is hiding within. I think the talking wind is only in the second chapter of the game. Yeah, that's everything in Memo. That took quite a bit, so we're gonna go to the battle memory now. Before I do this, I want to say that I didn't get all of the enemies. There's 2 enemies that I missed, and there's a different thing. It's difficult to get them. Well, not difficult, but it's kind of different and convoluted to get them, and I didn't do it. I don't know why. I mean, I didn't know about it until later. That's what I wanted to say. You can get a silver star or a gold star. If you get the silver star, the frog right here, he will tell you about the memo, so you can press L and R and enter the status like we did earlier. If you get a gold star, he will tell you that naming yourself hard mode in the Forest Prairie Sanctuary will actually make the game more difficult. So if you want to, if you want to do hard mode, just name yourself hard mode in the Forest Prairie Sanctuary. No big deal. So yeah, a couple of tips for you if you want to, if you want to challenge yourself with the game or anything like that. Now to the battle memory. So here I'm gonna read all the little descriptions of the enemies that we met. I've collected all of it, all except 2, in my second playthrough. So here we go. Mole Cricket, friend or foe? Even when flat broke and stepped on, this imitable bug is always optimistic. Mr. Batty, a bat native to the Sunshine Forest. It loves ambiguity and tends to be wishy-washy. Do not get a backsprite to this, actually. Yeah, monster. Desperate to be embraced as sweet and delicious, prefers to veg out underground as much as possible. I did get a backsprite on this one. Firefly. This monster is a small bug fused with a sheep lighter. It's doomed to be to a one-time use. Oh, that's terrible. Flying Louse. The buzzing wings on its back were probably transplanted from a giant insect. Yeah, I didn't get a backsprite on it either. Mighty Bitey Snake. Compared to snakes that always bite, it doesn't bite as much. But it does bite, so be careful anyway. Yep. Baked yam monster. Sweet, piping hot, and yummier than a roasted chestnut. But still a monster. Would preferably go well with butter. I would imagine so. Mischievous mole. A mischievous prankster. In some regions, the males are preferred to as naughty moles. Interesting. Our first boss of the game, or mini-boss as it were, the reconstructed caribou. Someone has modified this gentle reindeer to make it aggressive. Yep. Praying mantis. Its aggressive pose is so intimidating, it makes you grateful that it isn't enormous in size. It's really easy to take care of too. Greedy mouse. This mouse squirrels away anything and everything, even burying its worries and responsibilities. The beanling. The beanling is a very mysterious creature. It's also quick to run away. If you can catch one, it'll be a great day. I did get a backsprout in it because both the beanling and the black beanling will actually come back every single time, so you can just approach it, and most of the time you won't get it from behind. But that's the way it is. The suit dumpling. This little guy wants to be a sweet dumpling, but he's made of suit instead. He'd make a terrible snack. I would imagine so. The walking bushy. Kindly heals people who are hurt, whether they like it or not. But its name is a little iffy. Okay, I should probably point out that you get a gold star from getting all the front sprites and the back sprites. Silver star you get for just getting all the enemies into the battle memory. Spudbug. These gather in groups to protect themselves from enemies. They'll probably attack anything that appears to be weaker. agitated boar. The look on his face growls. Calm boars don't deserve to be called boars. Alright? Crag lizard. When it doesn't move, it looks just like a rock. When it does move, it still looks like a rock. Well, look at that. Titany. Very orthodox Titany. Famous for its personality, but not for its voice. I think Titany has been in all games, I think. Mother, Earthbound, and Mother 3. I know for a fact it was in Mother, the first game. There might be some variants in Earthbound, I don't know. Balding Eagle. Prefers to eat the meat raw. It's recently taking a liking to dried meat too. Also loves to eat vegetables. A tree. It got sick of being a plant, so it gave walking a try. There's no going back now. I guess not. It's actually pretty funny. This is a Mechajago. This vicious mechanized monstrosity was once a friendly animal known as the Jago. Yeah. Zombie man. Not even death can stop him from wandering the graveyard. He attacks people as he seeks new life. Oh, the arm is really, really long. I guess his left hand. His left arm. See Zombie Man's page for her description because they're exactly like pronouns aside. Not just because the writer is lazy. Oh, okay, whatever. Zombie dog. It chews on its own bones in lieu of its snack. Its most charming point is its drooping eyeball. Alright. I guess so. Mobile grave. Wouldn't it be easier to visit a grave if the grave came to you? No way. It would be just as creepy. No, it would just be creepy. Yeah, it would be creepy. Detached leech. Once it sticks, it won't come off easily. Even if you do manage to pull it off, the residue is gross. Spineless lobster. An overgrown crawfish. Those big pincers are so handy they could share a sheep near bald. And a stinky ghost. A stinky ghost is it's also in Earthbound, but under a different name. I think it's also in Mother, the first Mother, but different sprites. Anyway, some ghosts in the Zoe Castle are understanding and kind-hearted, but these ones are plain old mean. Yeah. Arachnid with a exclamation mark. It's nothing special about the spider. There's nothing special about the spider at all. It isn't poisonous, and it doesn't have any medicinal benefits whatsoever. Well, that's a shame. Big Bro. He and Little Big Bro can't decide on their names. If it's any help, this little guy is the older bro. Okay. A Barrel Man. Spends all day sniffing a faint odor lingering inside the barrel. Not a bad guy at heart. I guess not. Ghost Armor. Protects its flesh and bones with steel armor. Never mind that it doesn't have any flesh or bones. Alright. Artly Ghost. Art is dead, or so it declares. But there doesn't seem to be any evidence of this. Violent Roach. If butterflies had no wings, they'd be butterwalkers. Without handsome horns, this guy is a thing. Alright. Strawberry Slime. Caution, this is not strawberry jam. Please do not spread on its please do not spread it on bread. Yeah. Carpet Monster. Even household carpets aren't safe from this guy's smaller cousins. Also, it's just houses the big ones. All right. I didn't get the front sprite of this one. I didn't get the front sprite of this enemy for some reason. Appears to have a history of killing. Too heavy to be handled by a normal person. It has to be Sean Bean, doesn't it? Or Ed Stark, I guess. It appears to be covered in scars of glory. Too heavy to be lifted by a normal person. Ghost Shield. Got both sprites on that one. And of course Ghost Knight. Once the empty-handed armor gets a hold of its sword and shield, terrible things will happen. Rocking Ghost hasn't noticed that its master is long gone, and continues to bear his weights on its back. Nice. And then the Sudor. No matter how long it takes, this door anxiously waits for someone to open it. It's been waiting for years now. And I think it's gonna be waiting a little longer. passion. The ghost of a musician who died before finishing a symphony. Beware of his captivating melodies. Indeed. And then a clay man. A lump of clay brought to life. It works as hard as it looks sad. Yeah. Big mask. Blundering, chubby soldiers who began showing up in Tismilly one day. It's a recon mech. This pig mask surveillance robot doesn't utilize infrared detectors. It responds to smell instead. Okay. Lingering spirit, endlessly lingering around graveyards all alone. Its flames burning with regret. Oh, that's sad. So a cape. This cape flaps gallantly in the breeze. It's nihilistic, obnoxious, and totally cool. Alright? And also snake. An enormous snake that rules the Osoe castle basement. Disturb its sleep and it will tidal wave you goodbye. Except it didn't. We told tidal wave it goodbye. I guess. Dung beetle. Its favorite dung is that of a cactus wolf, but usually it just makes do with sand lizard dung. Alright? Sand lizard. Dung beetles clean up their messes. In return, they eat the dung beetles. Not exactly fair trade. No. And actually, I've seen that happen during my second playthrough. I'm not sure if it happened through the playthrough I did on YouTube, but whatever. Sahara flies all around the desert with its chin shattering, makes its opponents feel foolish. I think this is one of the most difficult enemies to get a backspite on. I guess you have to abuse save states to get it or something. I didn't get it. I could get this one though, but I didn't. Digs a hole and waits for ants to fall inside. Doesn't mind if humans happen to fall in instead. And the cactus wolf. The cactus wolf has a wolf cactus attached firmly to its forehead. The two get along quite well. Well, that's good. Huge pill bug. So big it needs capital letters. When it rolls into a ball, its shape just begs for it to be dribbled. Alright, gooey goo, can't get a backspin on this one either. If you rub your eyes after touching this guy, your legs will turn to goo. Be sure to wash your hands. Yeah, it's very good to wash your hands, it's very hygienic. Share-aged skeleton. Gets cranky once it's grown tired of acting upbeat, even cursing at the rattling of its own dry bones. Here's the little big bro. Adjective-wise, he's caught between his size and his age. It's all very confusing. Yeah. And of course the last enemy of the third chapter. This pig mask weapon raises an awful racket and belches black exhaust fumes without remorse. Yep. Alright, Rambling Mushroom. Often seen wandering around picnic sites. The most normal member of Fungus mobilis. Alright. Slitherhen. This creature is greatly troubled whenever it sees an egg. Shoot it, warm it, or swallow it. Can't make up its mind. Yeah. A really flying mouse. A powered-up flying mouse. The jet engine on its back and propeller on its neck gives it a top speed of 40 mph. Wow, that's pretty good. A grated yam monster. A rusty combination of a baked yam and a toy helicopter. It grates its body and sends gunk flying. Yeah, it's a pretty tough enemy actually for Chapter 4. I think you can't really beat it with Lucas and Boney unless you come back and use PSI on it. Black Beanling. A Beanling coated in sparkling syrup. You'd only come across this monster if you got good luck. And I ran across it several times. Alright. Big Spud Bug. 3 years later, the Spud Bug is now a respectable adult. But what does it even mean for a bug? Doesn't mean anything, does it? Squawking Stick. Drops a good stick, by the way, if you're interested in that. An unthinkable blend of a bird and a stick. It chirps and beckons for other animals. Alright. Next one. Just having some water here. A chimera with a rambling mushroom on its head. In rare cases, its own spores will make it feel strange. I didn't get a backspout on that? Man. That's lazy. Reconstructed mole. He's had trouble eating worms ever since both of his hands were converted into power drills. Okay. Oh, a cattle snake. This is a tough enemy. I'm sure I've put that out already in this playthrough. Even the creators of this creature is too afraid to approach it. Stay out of its way for your own good. Yeah. Petunia. This piggy plant snorts and blooms from spring to fall. It disperses pollen that causes watery eyes. Oh, that's ugh. Yeah. Batagaton, a strange creature whose wings are too weak for its heavy head. Watch out for its fleas. All right. Dogfish. Startling when it suddenly jumps out of a lake. Its talents include underwater sit and underwater snake. I meant shake. That's pretty funny though. Here's the top dogfish. Pretty a rare enemy. This unbalanced chimera is half legendary giant fish, the master of the sea, and half plain old dog. Cool. An Australephant. Is the long part of its trunk or its neck? How does it bathe itself? An utterly mysterious chimera, indeed. Slimy slug. Has a vicious personality. It uses hypnosis, but it's much like a person, like a normal slug in that it hates salt water. Huh. Greedy mouse. He's astoundingly greedy and claims he's merely lending everything in the world to everyone. Let's see. Arachnid with 4 exclamation marks there. Has an incredible 4 exclamation marks in its name. It's just that kind of spider it is. Oh well. Elder Batty. Some may think he's more important than Mr. Batty, but he's actually at Mr. Batty's beck and call. I love that description for some reason. I don't know why, I just love it. Weeping guitar. A forgotten guitar left wailing in the attic. Plays touching solos with its last 3 strings. A drum, yeah, beaten drum. Even after being torn, it defiantly orders not to give up, but to bang on the rim instead. It isn't easily beaten. I don't think it is, actually, to be fair. Here we go. Jealous Bass. A wooden bass whose time in the limelight is up. Holds a grudge against the new bass on the block. Funny. A parental kangashark. The parent's power comes from its child support. Although an enemy, it's still quite admirable. Yeah. Reconstructed lion. As a lion, its bite and roar are expected. The coiling and the fire-breathing thing, not so much. Yeah. And the mecha turtle. Even this provincial tortoise was built into a fighting machine, but it's still as slow in the head as ever. Yeah, I guess so. Wound-up roadhog. A boar rigged up with a spring, and it's not the water kind either. Oh, the pork trooper. So fierce-looking, he's afraid of his own reflection. Takes good care of his men and is a huge DCMC fan. Scrapped robot here. A wobbly robot that has broken down, with no plans for even renovation. It's not worth worrying about. Actually, it's true. It's pretty pathetic. It's a roadblock. This monster is a hybrid of a traffic barrier and a blockade. What is a blockade anyway? Blockade, it said, not blockade. Blockade. I don't know what a blockade is. Whatever. Bright smile. No, this isn't a toothpaste mascot. This guy probably doesn't even know what it is either. That's probably true. I like this little thing. It's cool. Atomic robot. A robot that replenishes other robots' energy by utilizing the power of the atom. Rhino rocket. Rhinocerocket. The Rhinocerocket, of course. Its rocket-based ramming attacks are intense. Doesn't seem to be that interested in outer space. Ironically. Forlorn junk heap. A clay man that doesn't grow lonely. All sorts of garbage and junk have been absorbed into its body. Or whatever. Chimera that was thrown together with whatever was handy. Some say it turned out better that way. Maybe, I don't know about that. It looks kind of weird though. A minor robot? It's minor because, first of all, it's terrible at math, and second, it needs 64cc batteries. I don't even know what 64cc batteries are. Probably these guys. Battery Man, Little Alkaline, Mr. Manganese, Little Lithium, Sir Nickel. They all look alike, but there are many different kinds. Okay. Pork Trooper, after tasting defeat, this soldier underwent intense training to power himself up. That was actually pretty good training indeed, because it didn't take long before we encountered him again. I have to take a look at his horns. His horns here are huge. Are they huge here as well, up here? No, they're actually smaller. Wow, he has extended his horns. I wonder if that is a euphemism for something. Oh, never mind. Screw loose. A screw that holds Thunder Tower together. Even if 5 or 6 of them comes loose, it's no big deal. Oh yeah? I don't know about that, but alright. Surprise box. More than anything, it lives to terrify people. It sometimes startles itself and bursts into laughter. Yeah. And then Miss Marshmallow. A robot that takes care of its master. Cooks, cleans, does laundry, cleans up his out ears and trims nose hairs. Wow. Wow. Short circuit sap flies out of power conduits, or something, with lots of energy and hectic, energetic, electric. That's its slogan. Oh, that's nice. And of course, Mr. Janitor. The generator robot of Thunder Tower. It uses paralyzing chop attacks as if to say, "Take that!" Yep. And then there's Cleopatra. It looks like a mummified cat, but it's not a cat at all. It's something entirely different altogether. So what is it? It really looked like a cat, but I don't even know what it is then. Of course, the bro team. The little big bro keeps his beloved big bro on his head. Great siblings, but what are they? Interesting to say. I mean, they use PSI, so might be some psychic something. And here's Lord Passion. This spirited musician can't control its tempo. In fact, his passion is just hitting a crescendo. And of course, the squawking broomstick. A strange sparrow stick combination that also seems to have a bomb planted inside it. Yeah, and it can drop a bomb, actually. I think it's a 10% drop rate for a bomb, if you want a bomb. Percent alarm. A drop kick from any one of these, its 8 legs is intense. Its 3rd leg from the right is World Cup class. So like Zidane or something, or Ronaldo, or Robert Carlos. I can name a lot of footballers. Let's move on. Einschwein. A piggish creature with a primate-ish brain. It uses PSI, so don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly indeed, it uses some very powerful attacks. Almost Mechalion. The only non-mechanical part of his potion is a portion of its face. Only eats raw meat soaked in machine oil. Huh. Sounds like Bender, except I don't think Bender eats raw meat at all. Zombadillo. This is getting out of hand. What's next? An anteater zombie? Platypus zombie? These enemies can be fought in the Chimera Lab after you've beaten the area. These two. Pigmask Captain. Pigmask who aims for promotion to Major. His monthly salary is a meager 900 DP. That's actually terrible. I think did I get 200 for working at the factory? So if I worked at the factory for a month, I'd get like 6,000 or something DP? Jeez. Poorly paid. It's a nice poser. What might its ultimate pose be? It's making an effort to master posing techniques in battle. Yeah, you can also face that in my Chimera Lab. And of course the squeaks. Stealing cheese, chewing power cords. This bad boy's done it all. Has a kid and has a wife and 7 kids. Yeah. 10 Yeti. He recently got into the unpredictable sport of snowboard cross. Get in his way and he'll get mad. He'll get mad. Chili dog. A cold-blooded mammal that prides itself in its frozen solid tail capable of hammering nails. That's pretty cool, actually. And frosted bun. This snow-capped mountain confection is actually a monster. Tends to melt during heated battles. Of course, Steel Mechorilla. A construction chimera designed to destroy the old Chimera Lab to make way for a new building. And then it was used for a battle. How pointless. A security robot. Takes care of suspicious intruders, smoke in the kitchen and reheating the bathtub. I see. Naughty Mushroom. The rarest member of Fungus mobilus. Absolutely do not dare to ever eat one. Filthy attack roach. The violent roach was awful, but this guy is bigger, quicker, greasier, and more energetic. Frightbot. A robot programmed to terrorize Mr. Saturns with frightening words. Humans aren't scared though. I see. A pigmask quite content being major. His monthly salary is meager 1,400 DP. Still not a lot. I didn't get a back sprite. Of course not, because I bombed them, didn't I? I didn't face them again. Of course I did, in the bathroom of the Newport City. I should have gotten the back sprite then, but I didn't. Whatever. Sky Titany. The silhouette of this Titan's stretched wings against the starry night sky is a sight to behold. I can imagine. Mrs. Lava, the Lady of Lava, the Missus of Magma. Someone please explain just who or what she's supposed to be. Indeed. Firefly. Lives of magma flowing from volcanoes. Its blood reaches temperatures over 1,500 degrees. Wow. That is a lot. Its overwhelmingly pent-up anger explodes with a bang. Fireflies make their home in this guy's cranial crater. It's Magman. And there's of course a scampering shroom. A hurried, impetuous, restless mushroom that is also hasty, impatient, and completely frenzied. And of course, Mr. New Facade. I'm gonna actually split this into 2 episodes. So 3 bonus episodes, I guess? Oh well. Look out! Don't fall for New Facade's new facade. He's bigger and badder than ever. And of course, the Navy Squeal. Patrols the bottom of the sea and receives an extra 4 DP an hour because of the danger involved. It's probably more than the captain and the major altogether. I mean, if he spends a lot of time in the water, that is. Carefree Jellyfish. Eastward one day and westward the next. It goes with the tidal flow like a plastic bag in the wind. Is that a reference to American Beauty? Whatever. Has 5 eyeballs. 2 are on his back. Has only 1 mouth, but wait. That's normal. Exactly, that's very normal. Rock Lobster. The Rough Rider of the Sea. This bad boy rebel dyed his pincers and his body metallic purple. Yeah, because they're usually red. And of course the fish roll man. The eggs of a walleye pollock, salted and prepared to perfection in a seasoned broth, as a man. And then there's Master Eddie. This bizarre creature is like a guardian deity of the sea. He punishes violators with powerful whirlpools. Yeah. Oh man, I actually have this one. Recently discovered on Taintain Island. It's usually rotten and attracts its food by dancing. Yeah. What I didn't get though was the airy smile. I don't know if it has a battle memory. I don't know. I don't know what the description of the airy smile would be. Let's move on. Moncolorus lets out a sad howl when it meets the Batangaton with its head on. It occasionally picks fights too. Yeah. This guy drops the mystical gloves, which I got really quickly in my playthrough, surprisingly. Ancient dragonfly. Its dragon-like appearance protects it from enemies. Also, somewhat like a dragon in that it breathes fire. It really does, and it hurts. Titanian, native to Taintain Island, the strongest and greeniest of all Titany species. Indeed. And of course, the unwelcome gust. This bad breeze causes trouble when it flips upskirts and blows off to pace. Well, unwelcome indeed. Yeah. And of course, the barrier trio, which I find to be one of the most difficult bosses in the game if you don't know what you're doing. One of the Magypsies crafted these monsters to protect something very important. Yep. Blue bowling eagle. Sometimes it accidentally swallows the food that it went through all the trouble to get for its baby bowling. That's a shame. because a tender-loving tree, takes good care of blue balding eagle chicks and burns with maternal wrath at anyone who approaches. Indeed. And then Metal Monkey. Fighting this Metal Monkey will result in quite the experience, just keep that in mind. I don't know what that means. I don't think it gives that much experience. Mechamo burrows into the ground using the drill in its nose. Has a red light on its head for the heck of it. Or to sound an alarm, actually. And of course the Cuddle Bomb. Its creepy, happy smile and overly friendly attitude makes it deeply suspicious. The Negative Man feels negatively about anything and everything. Only feels positively about feeling negatively. I know what that is like. Still a sticky slug. These guys swarm down from the ceiling when they sense a person's body heat. And in many forms too. Not in many forms, but many of them come. Its head is crammed with knowledge, such as insect and flower names and how much certain things cost. This enemy drops the mystical stick. So you have to grind these things to get that. Which I had to do for like an hour. Anyway, here's the Pigmask Colonel. A Pigmask who fears demotion to Major. His monthly salary is a meager 2,000 DP. You know, this guy drops the Awesome Cloak, which I had to grind for 2 hours to get. In fact, I grounded for 2 hours, then I stopped, then I continued to the next day, which is today, by the way, and I got it in like 5 tries. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Masked Man. What expressions lie hidden behind his mask? And more importantly, who is he? He's Klaus, of course. Metal Attack Roach. A roach strengthened by its all-silver body. It actually makes it less gross and creepy. I guess that makes sense. Putrid Moldy Man. So right out of Earthbound, by the way. Clean the mold of this guy and there won't be anything left. In other words, he's a pile of mold. Yes, indeed. And there's Miracle Facade. Miraculously enough, Facade has attained an even more powerful form. He may look funny, but he means serious business. Yeah. And I think he actually took one of my mementos during my second playthrough. Not my first playthrough, but my second playthrough. This playthrough. King Statue. A statue honoring Porky's greatness. In its right hand is a slingshot, and its left hand is a comic book. A comic book. You can kill this thing with a flash, and I did do that during my second playthrough. I should have recorded that. But it just disappears, basically. There's nothing else to it. And of course, the Hippo Launcher. Special Chimera created for Porky's birthday. Production expenses were astronomical. I can imagine. And he drops a Thud Charm for 3% drop rate. I don't think it's worth it if you have a heavy charm, honestly. Men's Room Sign. It boasts an instantly understandable design. If only it would wait to attack until after people do their business. Yep. But yeah, uses PK Starstorm, by the way. It's incredibly powerful if you let it attack you. Boa Transistor. Spins its head in a circle when sizing up an enemy. Has titanium skin and suitable for handbags. Well, that's good at least. Based on a comic drawn by Porky, it shoots Minimax from its mouth and causes a real uproar. Yeah. Rhino Rocket Mach 2. Rhinocerocket. Can't do that on the first try. I'm stupid. This creature was combined with a leftover rocket from a failed space program. Of course, the Wolov Walker. Its engine runs on a deep, passionate yearning to meet people and find out about them. Drops the Goddess Ribbon at the 3% rate. Very easy to farm, actually, if you at a specific point of the floor that you were in, the construction floor. Mecha Lion. Lions are already scary enough as it is, but combine one with a mech and it becomes terrifyingly cool. We're almost done here. Almost 50 minutes, damn. Return of Octobot. Model after the Ultimate Octobot, but where did they manage to find an Ultimate Octobot? Well, probably Porky did, or Pokey. Upgraded robot. This improved wobbly robot is no longer wobbles. It no longer wobbles. Let me read that again. This improved wobbly robot no longer wobbles. There we go. Why wasn't it made this way to begin with? No one knows. Nuclear robot replenishes even more energy than the atomic power robot. But its explosion is all the more powerful too. Yep. And oh my god. Just takes up the entire screen, this thing. Natural killer cyborg. Based on a dream Porky once said. NK stands for natural killer. Yep. It's not that tough. I mean, if you know what to do, it's not that tough. Chris Porky 01. Robot's based off of Porky when he was a child. Made in a set of 11 for such purposes as forming a soccer team. Okay. Of course, and then we have these things. Minerali. Don't just sit there and wonder why a rock would attack you. That would be dangerous. Yep. Except in this playthrough, the second playthrough, I could just run through them anyway. Fenomeno. Mysterious energy form that powerfully resonates with the vibrations of the last needle. Alright. And of course Porky himself. Believe it or not, this is Porky in the flesh. He is simultaneously an old man and a young boy. Interesting. And of course the absolute save capsule, which is the last thing on here. Porky had a tantrum and made Dr. Ananas and the Mr. Sadness create an absolutely safe capsule. Yep. And I'm gonna fight it. Because why not? I just want to try. It's not gonna do anything, I know that. I just want to try this. Just want to see how it looks like. No visible effect. No visible effect. No effect. No visible effect. Yep. You can't defeat it. It's impossible. But yeah, that's the entire battle memory. I don't think there's anything I want to add. I could take a look at the Phrygia's notebook. We'll say the same thing. It will just say everything about the needles, every single needle. It's this last thing I want to check out, actually. Right here. One of the needles is in the deepest, darkest place of these islands. Locre has lost sight of it. I think Locre has lost sight of everything. But yeah, anyway, that's probably gonna be it. Unless there's something else I can check out. Ego Light. This is said to have have the power to create or destroy an entire world. Anyway, yes. Here's all my items, by the way, from. I have a lot of King Burgers because the Pigmask kernel also drops a King Burger at 10% rate, I think. And the Octobot drops a Rich Parfait at 5%, which I got 2 of, I think. I don't have it now, but I had one at some point. Don't know why I have these. I think these are the items from Argilla Pass. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all for another project, which is probably going to be a Zelda game. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah. See you later.